Hi techies, what we're going to do today, what we're going to do is to create a contact us page in WordPress and insert a contact form. The plugin we use is very simple and easy to use. It's free as well to download. We've already gone through the tutorial for plugging in certain extra functionality with modules and widgets. So what we're going to do now is show you how to do it using the SI contact form plugin. It's free to use. I recommend. It's used by thousands of people. The first thing you need to do, obviously, is to create a page to put your contact form in. So on your menu on the left, click on Pages, and we'll create a new page for the Contact Us form. So we'll call this one Contact Us. So add new page, and in the title screen, we'll simply put in Contact Us. And that's all we need to do for now, so we'll just update that. So publish that page. That's been published. That'll now appear on the Pages menu. Just have a quick look just to make sure, and there's a Contact Us. Right, now what we need to do is to configure the contact form plugin ready to get the form ready to go onto the page. So when you activated the plugin for the SI contact form, you'll see the options menu button underneath plugins. You just click on the options menu and up comes the options screen. It's quite a long screen, there's quite a fair bit on it, but the first thing we want to do is look to see, or have a look to view, the default contact form to see what fields are on that contact form. If you click on view, we can see that this contact form, the default one, is quite a standard contact form. Name, email, subject and message, and at the end is the capture screen. So let's say we want to add a particular field to this contact form, an extra pull down screen or an extra option that we wanted people to fill in. Then we can do that as well. Click on edit, and what we'll do is we'll add an option to ask people where they've heard of the website from, and generally this is how did you hear about us. And on the way down for this option, you'll see that we'll come across an option window called capture. And what I just want to quickly mention is that when you use capture, which is a very important tool to stop spam, you want to set the capture difficulty level to medium. If it's difficult, then it's sometimes hard for people to read the writing on the capture image, and that causes great frustration sometimes to many users, and myself included. So minimum will suffice for this type of contact form. As you go further on down, you'll see the option for click for advanced options. So that's what we need to click. If you click that, the advanced options screen comes up, and what we want to do is add an extra field, and there's the extra fields heading, and it says here you can add as many as 8 extra fields, but we'll only enter one in this instance. And to enter a field, an extra field in the label, alright, which is the label that you see when it's on the web page, we want to put in there the question, and this in this instance is going to be, how did you hear about us, question mark, and you can also see it's coming up there as well. Okay, done this before. After the question mark, you simply put a comma. So that's the label, that's the question we're asking people, and now the fields that will appear on a pull down menu that people will choose for that option. And the first option we'll put in, or the first choice, is going to be search engine. And because that's the first option and there are more, we put in a semicolon. So that tells the plugin that that's the end of the first option and the start of the new one. You can put newspaper, and we will simply put other. And because other is the last option, there's no need to put a semicolon, because there are no other choices after this. Now we've done that, we need to select what kind of field it is we want to use. So in this instance, we're going to use a select field because we want the user to choose. And there's many on here: radio button, text areas, text boxes. But we're going to use select, so just choose that one as the option and leave the others as they are there. Just required field. If you check that, then this would have to be a required field, not really necessary for a select type of box. But if it was just a text field with an answer, then and you wanted that to be a required field, then you'd have to choose that, and the form would then make sure that that field is filled before it gets sent. So all we need to do now, we've put the question and the options, we just need to update the options, and that's updated. And we can view this now to make sure that that choice is on there. So on the top, if you click on view, it comes up with an example of the contact form. You can see that the normal fields are there, and the extra one there is what we put in, and you can see search engine, newspaper, other as a choice for the user to pick on, and the capture at the bottom. So that's it. That's perfect for what we want. Click back on edit. All we need to do now really is to insert it into the Contact Us page which we just created earlier on. So at the top of the option screen, you can see there's a heading there, usage, and what this does, it tells you how you use the little slip of code that you put into the page. And I know that as soon as people hear code, they start panicking, but this is very simple. And if you just read it, it says you must add the shortcode in a page, not a post. That page will become your contact form. And at the end of this, you'll see the code. That's all it is. You highlight it, right click, and then copy that code, and then go back to your pages menu, click on the Contact Us page, and you can see that the WYSIWYG editor comes up, or the edit box. Nothing in it at the moment, but click inside that box, then right click, and then paste the code in, and that's really all we need to do. One thing to note, that sometimes with certain plugins you need to be on HTML to paste in code, but with the contact form you don't need to do that at all. You can simply type it in the visual one. So that's pasted in. All we do now is update the page, and that's been updated. And we can check by going to the front end and refreshing the page. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've refreshed the page. Here's the link to the page we created. If we click on that, here's the Contact Us form, and here are the fields that we've placed into it. You can see their search engine with a choice, news, other, and all the rest of the fields along with a capture at the bottom. If we try to submit this now, it comes up with error marks saying these fields must be filled in, and it works perfectly.